Crystal Durham. Give her a round of applause.
Hi, can you hear me? Okay, good. Wow, I'm super excited to be up here. I used to be on stage all the time in my previous life. That thing is blinding me. But this is the first time I've been on stage in front of an audience this big for Vemma, so I'm really honored to be up here. One of my passions, thank you. One of my passions is teaching people. My previous life, I was in a nonprofit, actually networking and training, doing leadership development for young people. Weird. Wonder if that translates here. Anyway, my biggest weakness is that I tend to talk way too much. So I brought notes, and I'm going to check my watch a lot because Matt will kill me if I go over time. And I love whiteboards, so I brought my whiteboard from home. I'm going to teach you guys some interesting stuff. This will be funny to do with a mic in my hand, but so, oh wow, that was really quiet. Okay, so first of all, I've had the honor and privilege to work with some really amazing people. Obviously, Matt's my uncle. And because of that connection, there are some perks that go with being, Matt Morrow's niece. And I've gotten to work with, I think, almost all of the top earners in Vemma and some people outside of Vemma. I did not work with them and be coached personally and mentored by them. I've gotten to spend quality personal time with them. And, I'll just tell you, if you're new in the business or if you're not new in the business, like Anthony was saying, literally hold their bags. Like, go and do everything you can. Take them to the airport. Do whatever you got to do to spend as much time as you can. I don't know where Cliff is. Oh, he's in the back. But, like last time Cliff was here, I offered to let him stay in my guest room, and I got to drive him around and meet with his family. And, it was really cool to, sit and listen to him talk on the phone to his leaders, to hear what it's like to be at his level and dealing with the stuff he deals with. And I can't tell you how many different people I've gotten to do that with, how many hours and hours and hours I've gotten to spend with amazing people in the business. Literally, when I started this, I was broke, unemployed, living at my mom's house. Like, no joke, that's legit. And, so I've basically been full-time in this industry for 3.5 years. I just realized that the other day. I was like, what am I going to tell people about why I'm not an elite team member, like Matt said, and I'm on stage? But actually, I've been full-time in this industry for a long time, and I actually got to work as Anthony Powell's executive assistant for 2.5 years. So, he talks about getting there early and staying late. Yeah, well, you don't get to be his assistant for 2.5 years if you're not there before he is and there after he is every single day. So he was in my ear every day. I did hundreds of calls with him. I've done tons and tons of stuff. And so what I'm going to teach you guys today is actually kind of born out of my experience working for him. Basically, he's very systematic and really runs the numbers on his business. There's not another person that I've met in this industry, and I've gotten to spend time with quite a few multimillionaires now, not another person that I've seen that runs the numbers like he does. He knows his averages. He knows how many people he's going to sign up. He can predict, like what Matt said. Anthony knows where he's going to be by next convention. He knows the numbers. He knows the averages and what to expect, and it's amazing to see. So I'm going to teach you something that you can do in your business. When you talk about setting goals, right? How many of you guys have ever set a goal like, I want to be ambassador by convention? Right? Anybody ever set a goal like that? Yay! How many of you ever hit that goal? Okay, good. Right. Oh, you got one. Okay. So it's a really hard thing to do, right? Because why? You can't predict and you can't control what other people do, right? You have no control over them. How many of you have ever experienced that, right? You ever sign people up and you're like, they just won't go fast enough. You ever have that happen? I have that happen all the time. Okay, and everybody has it happen, right? So you can't control what other people do. You can only control what you do. So I'm going to teach you how to set some goals that are entirely within your control and that will actually drive your business, okay? This is going to be the engine of your business, the engine of my business. To give you an idea, when I work on this, I can personally enroll as many people as I want. I've been in this business for 3.5 years. I haven't burned my personal network. Weird, right? I can still personally enroll as many people as I want, just doing 4 simple fundamental things. So the first thing I'm going to teach you really is just to make sure that you guys understand the prospecting process. I'm going to draw a really simple little visual for those of you that are visual, okay? So you need to understand the process that your prospects go through, okay? Because I'm going to talk about this when I get to the fundamentals. So the first thing, and I'm going to be really super basic here, it starts with a relationship. That's an R. I don't know if you guys can see that in the back. This is really bad, but just imagine that that's an R, okay? Oh, wow, it's much better if I talk with the mic closer, isn't it? You guys like that better? Okay. So it starts with a relationship. Am I right? Have you ever invited anybody that you didn't know in some way? Like even if they were your waitress? That's a relationship, right? Okay, it starts with this, okay? And then the next thing, and this is something I got, I think from Anthony, although you'll hear this in sales, right? We call this the pipeline, okay? I know you guys can't see that in the back, but trust me that says pipeline. Okay? So what this is you start with a relationship, and on one side, you just have a relationship with someone, and on the other side, you're going to have a brand partner or a customer, right? Okay, now this is like the magic sauce right here. Like, what happens here? How do I do this part, right? That's what everybody wants to know. Okay, so now what I'm going to teach you, there are several steps along the way, and it's up to you to hone your skill set. Okay, there is right and wrong ways to do these things. There are good and better ways to do these things, and that's up to you to just get better and better and better and better. But you need to understand fundamentally what are the fundamentals, right? If any of you know who John Wooden is, any of you ever heard of John Wooden? Winningest basketball coach in NCAA history, UCLA basketball coach, go Bruins, right? He has an amazing, amazing book. Highly recommend that you get it and read it, called On Leadership. I gave it to this girl. You ready to read it? Oh, you're fired.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. So, it's an amazing book. He talks about focus on the fundamentals, but you got to know what the fundamentals are, right? In basketball, shooting free throws, dribbling, right? Things like that, really basic stuff. And once you get really, really good, like Anthony talks about, right? Repetition is the mother of skill. You got to have the daily disciplines. You have to know what are you doing on a daily basis to drive your business. You're like, oh yeah, invite more people. Okay, great. Well, I heard Matt say he invites one person a day. He talks to one person a day. I heard Sean say, right, he doesn't go to bed until he's talked to 10 people a day. Weird. You notice a pattern here, okay, right? Cliff does the same thing. He never eats at home. He always goes out to eat. And he's always making friends with the people next to him. Like we did it in Vegas. He prospected the people at the table across from us. They were looking at us because we were being so loud. And he made friends with them and invited them. Did they sign up?
Yes.
Ah, good answer. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Yes, of course they did. Right? She was all into Chris Powell or something. Cute little older couple. Anyway, okay, so now, here's what happens. Okay, so how do you get people into the pipeline? Okay? It's the invite. Okay? Sorry, I know this is really bad, but make a better graphic on your notes than I'm doing right now. One day I'll have a really fancy PowerPoint, but I like whiteboards better. So, invite. Okay? What is the invite? That's basically where you say, would you be willing to take a look at this? Right? There's a whole bunch of other stuff that goes around it, but essentially you're asking someone to take a look. You're inviting them to either look at the product or the business, or try the product, or whatever, okay? Now, Brad's going to talk later about how to invite the right way. There is a right and a wrong way. Don't Vemma bomb it on people, right? There is a right and a wrong way, so learn that skill. Okay, but that's what puts people into the pipeline, okay? All of a sudden, now they are in your pipeline, right? We're on our way to becoming a brand partner or customer. Now, along the way, you're going to do a few different things, okay? Now, personally, for me, this is what I do. I also have a 1 in 4 conversion rate for my personal invitations. That means for every 4 people I invite, 1 signs up. Okay? How many of you would like to have that? Okay. If you knew that out of every 4 people you invited, the right way, disclaimer, that one of them would sign up, how many people would you invite? A lot, right? Okay. So that's what I do. But you got to do it the right way. There is a right and a wrong way. Understand that. Okay? So what I do 3 main things. Number 1, I let them try the product. Nobody's going to join if they haven't tried the product, right? Or you might like show them a video that might meet your mentor, but they're like, okay, great, I'm totally down, but can I try a birth? Right? Duh. Okay, so let them try the product. This is in no particular order. It's whatever order makes sense for your prospect. I let them try the product. I screen them. So I sample, I screen them with a video. I don't talk to anybody. I don't introduce anybody to my mentor or to anyone on my team unless they've watched the video. Why? Because this is 2013, and I don't want to waste anybody's time. I don't want to waste my prospect's time. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my mentor's time. If they haven't watched a video, like, we don't really know if they're into it. Let them watch a video, okay? Again, have them watch the right video. I personally only use about 4 different videos, and it depends on the prospect. So know your prospect, know the videos. Know which videos are the right videos, okay? If you don't know, ask. I'm not going to cover that right now. But screen them with the video. Waste no time, okay? They watch the video, I guarantee you, if they're into it, they're going to message you back right away. Happens every time. If they're into it, they're texting you back or they're calling you back or whatever you're doing with them. And they're like, okay, so it seems cool. How does it work? All right, okay, cool. Well, how much does it cost? Well, what is the product like? Well, what do you do? Right? Any number of those questions. They could even ask you, well, is this a scam? Right? Even if they ask you if it's a scam, they're still interested. They just don't want it to be a scam, right? Deep down, they're just scared. It seems too good to be true, right? Doesn't matter what question they ask you, do what Cliff said, right? This is what I teach my people. Answer a question with a question. Even if they say, because I do all this through text messaging, by the way. So I text them a video, they watch it, they're like, oh, that looks cool, how does it work? Or they're like, oh, is that a scam? I say, LOL, when can you talk more? That's what I say. You know, I just laugh at them. It's stupid, right? When can you talk more? Okay, so get them, and then after that, sample, screen, and then connect them with someone on your team. Okay? Sample, screen, connect them with your leader. Connect them with someone that can enroll them. Okay? If you don't know how to close somebody, okay, here's the deal. There's like 3 or 4 really simple questions that you can ask any prospect to find out if they're ready to sign up or buy your product. If you don't know what those questions are, then you don't know how to close someone. So ask, or get them to a Cliff Braun, or a Crystal Durham, or a Matt Morrow, or someone or on your team that knows how to do it. Someone that's actually signing people up, okay? And then ask them, okay, pay attention. Watch what questions they ask. If you guys have paid any attention, I ask the same questions, don't I? Every time, okay? I'm not going to teach those now. That's for later. That's for YouTube. Okay, so sample, screen, and then connect them with someone. Now, once you connect them with your leader, right, they have a serious conversation. I call this a serious conversation. They're getting their questions answered. They're getting, potentially your mentor's going to help find out if they can be enrolled at this time or not, right? And then at that point, they're either click in, out, or not yet. Either they're going to respectfully decline and say, no, it's not for me. Cool, no problem. You should still drink the product. It's amazing. Or they're going to be in, great, sign them up, put them in training. Or they're not yet. Okay, if they're not yet, they're like, I don't know, I need to get the money together. I don't know, I need to talk to my wife. I don't know, whatever stupid reason that they have. They're just scared, really, is what it comes down to. They're not ready to make it a priority in their life. Fine. What do? Keep exposing them. Keep exposing them. If they say not yet, they are still in the pipeline. Okay? They're still there. Keep exposing them any way you possibly can. Go to coffee with them and not talk about Vemma. What's going to happen? Hey, how's it going? What are you up to? Oh, I'm still just kicking ass in Vemma. Duh. Oh, it's amazing. I love my life. How are you doing? Right? What did I just do? I just exposed them to the business. They're like, shoot, my life sucks. I want your life. I'm like, yeah, you do. Right? Or I'm like, okay, plant tour. We had the plant tour yesterday. What did I do? I had about, 5 or 6 local people in the pipeline. I invited them all. I got one to show up. We're going to have a serious conversation this week. Oh, I don't know if he's going to join, but he probably will. He certainly can afford it. He's a rich chiropractor. Like, I don't know, at least he's going to buy some product, okay? Anyway, so that's what you do. Keep exposing them. Find any excuse you can. Don't just drop the ball. Now, here's the thing. Okay, eventually you're going to get them to sign up, right? So this is the process that we go through. Okay, this is it. This is what happens. These are the basics. Now, here's the deal. You cannot rush this with any particular person. You guys ever experienced that? Right? You ever had somebody in here that you invited and they were like, I don't know, I need to get the money together. You're like, okay, hurry up and get the money together. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on, let's go. Right? You can't force them, right? You start putting pressure on them, what happens? They freak out, right? They're like, oh, you're pressuring me, right? Or the opposite could happen. They cave, they join, they don't do anything, they lose their momentum, they quit, they hate network marketing forever. Okay? Either situation is bad, right? You don't want either of those. So you can't rush this. Okay? You can't force it with any one person. If you want to make this go faster, if you want to sign up more people, there's only a couple things you can do. Okay, number 1, have more relationships, network faster, get around more people so that you have more people to invite, and invite more people, put more people in the pipeline, right? Some people take 2 days, some people take 2 weeks, some people take 2 years, okay? I took 2 years to get through this pipeline, all right? Then after that, the next thing is follow up, okay? Follow up, that's the only thing you can do. You can't rush it, you can't be weird or annoying or bug people, but you have to be timely. Okay, you have to create urgency in this process, right? The only way that you create urgency is by being timely, which basically just means you don't be the one to drop the ball, okay? Text people, follow up with them, ask them, don't be scared. They watched your video and they didn't respond back to you. Oh my God, they hate me now. They think I'm trying to scam them. No, they just didn't watch it. Their car broke down, their kid had to go to the hospital. Whatever happened, just follow up, be like, hey, did you watch that video yet? No, I'm sorry, I'm going to. Okay, great. Cool. Follow up again later if you don't hear back, right? Keep doing that. Keep doing that until people either tell you, no, it's not for me, or they join. Okay, that's it. That's it. And then like Cliff, you got to feel it out. Might be 2 months before you follow up again because you don't want to be weird. Okay, it's an art form. You just got to feel it out, but that's the process that we're doing. Okay, so understand also that there's a law of averages to all of this. Okay, do you guys know what the law of averages is? How many of you know what the law of averages is? Raise your hand. Okay, so Jim Rohn says that anything that you do enough times, a ratio will appear. Okay? So for every 4 people I invite the right way, one of them signs up. Okay, well, it also happens that all right, for every number of people I network with, a certain number will show me an opening that I can invite. For every number of people I invite, a certain number will actually watch the video. Okay, for every number that watched the video, a certain number will actually text me back and want to talk more. For every certain number that actually want to talk more, a certain number will want to join. Right, you see how this works? So now what I can do with my team, this is what I learned from Anthony, I can actually figure out exactly where in the process your skill set is off by your averages. If you're texting people and nobody's responding back, you're sending the wrong text. Okay, or if you're sending people the video and nobody's responding back, you're sending the wrong video. Okay? So you got to understand this. Now, how do you figure that out? How did your mentor figure that out with you? How do you do that with your team? You have to keep track. You have to have a list. And you have to understand, not only do you just have a list of names and like people are in or out, you've got to know where they're at in the process. So what I do with my team after their first big push, their first 10, 15, 20, 40 people in their first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, I sit down with them and I go through that list. Usually it's like, okay, where's your list? I just, it's in my head. Okay, great. So we sit down and I'm like, all right, tell me the names. I write down the list. Susie, okay, what'd you do with them? Bob, okay, what'd you do with them? Right, we go through this. I don't care if it's 47 names, right? I want to find out where they're all at. I want to find out, what are they doing wrong? What are they doing right? Are they doing everything right, but maybe they only talk to 15 people? Okay, you got to know this, right? This is what's going to help you drive your business. This is like exactly what Anthony does. Okay, you want to know why he's a multi-gajillionaire? Because he treats his business like a business. He takes it very seriously. Okay, my list, you guys don't have to do this, but my list is in a spreadsheet. I have 1,200 names in a spreadsheet. Yeah, okay, welcome to my world. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, okay? But I'm pretty serious. Like Anthony was like, I want to change the United States. You know what I want to change? The world, okay? So, all right, so if you're brand new, where do you start? What's your goal? First goal. Like Matt said, get your first 2 people. Just start there. Don't worry about a 1,200 name spreadsheet. Don't worry about signing up 10 people. Just worry about 2 people. Start there, okay? Start there. Just get 2 people. Oh, your first 2 people quit. How many of you have ever had your first 2 people quit? Okay, see, it happens to everybody. Don't worry about it. Your first 2 people sucks. Go find new people. No big deal, right? It's okay. Go find some more. Okay, now what if you already have your 2? What are you going to do? What's your next goal? Help your 2 get their 2. Start with that. Just start with that. Leadership starts from the very bottom. It starts from the very first day. Don't wait until your team is huge and make the entire thing dependent on you. Start teaching your leaders to be leaders from day 1. Okay? Help your 2 get their 2. Okay, now what if you have a little team going? What should you do? Go get 2 more people. Why not? Shoot, you already got a little team going? Great, go get some more. Right? Your people will do what you do. If you stop recruiting, they stop recruiting. Right? If you're signing people up, they're going to sign people up. It's very, very simple. I can tell you, you'll hear every person that you ever see speak at one of these events say that same thing, and I can tell you now, I've seen it, and it's true. If I stop recruiting, if I stop executing the fundamentals, my team stops. It happens every time. Right? So how many of you ever hit a dead spot in your business? Oh, wow, everybody. Okay, it happens. We hit dead spots, right? We lose our momentum. Sucks, right? Really sucks. Feels not so good. Makes you feel like, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know. Maybe I should go get a job. But then you're like, no, job, no. Okay, so what do? Here's what I do, and this is what works for me every time. I've tripled my business in the last 60 days because I stepped on the gas again, okay? Whoa, how many of you would like to triple your business, right? The bigger your business gets, tripling means bigger triples, right? Okay, so it all comes down to personal recruiting, and there's 4 fundamentals to this, okay? So you might want to write this down, okay? I have a really funny acronym, but I'm not going to say it. You guys can just write it down. So outreach, number 1, I call it outreach. Right? Not just networking, but actually reaching out to people. Not just going about the course of your daily life, bumping into the same people every day, going out on a Friday or Saturday night, hanging out with the same friends. I'm talking actively reaching out and networking with people. Outreach. Okay? Next one is invites. Okay, so that takes care of your relationship, right? Because if you invite a bunch of people, but you don't keep talking to new people, what happens? That's right. How many of you ever had that happen? You're like, I just don't know anyone. I don't know if I can think of anybody else to invite. Okay, right? Because you're not doing any networking. Hey, wait, what's this called? Network marketing? Oh, that's weird. So weird. Network. Get good at it. That's the fun part. Get out there and have fun. Make friends. Okay, so network or outreach, then inviting. Okay, then follow-ups, right? Keep a list. Know who's in your pipeline. Know where they're at. And then the last one is check-ins. Check in with your team. Don't just sign someone up and leave them hanging. Keep a finger on the pulse of every single person on your team. Where are they at? Are they hot or are they losing their momentum and they're about to quit? Right? It's your job to help keep them fired up. It's your job to give energy down line. So if you have someone signed up, fire them up, right? I touch base with them every single day until I start to sense that I need to pull back. Okay? So every single day, the very first thing that I do every single day, I wake up, I open my 1,200 name spreadsheet, and I do my outreach. I reach out to new people, usually through Facebook. Hey, how's it going? What are you up to? Or I comment on someone's picture of their adorable kids and tell them how cute they are. Just stupid stuff, whatever, just friendly stuff, you know? Outreach, and I keep track of who I'm talking to. Then I do invites, okay? Any new invites. If you're consistently doing outreach, it's going to be natural who you should invite. You're going to constantly be like, I should invite that person. I should invite that person. Like I invited my chiropractor, you know? He adjusted me like a couple weeks ago, and I gave him one of the new partees, and he was like, how come you never brought me a Verve? And I was like, oh, that's dumb. I've known you for 2 years and never brought you a Verve. Oops. But, you know, I was like, okay, obviously I'm going to invite him. He's into the product. I'm going to see if he wants to come to the plant tour. Why not? Right? So invites and then follow-ups. Okay, now here's the deal with follow-ups. You're not going to follow up with every single person every single day because that would be weird, right? They were like, okay, yeah, I'm going out of town. I'll watch the video on Sunday. But today's Saturday, and you like text them while they're out of town and be like, did you watch it? They told you they were going to watch it Sunday. Right? So be normal, okay? Like, use your brain on this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but here's the deal. You got to look at your list every day. You got to look at who's in the pipeline every day. You can't let a week go by or 2 weeks go by without looking at it because then you're going to be like, shoot. I was supposed to follow up with that person. Man, now 2 weeks have gone by. What happened? Urgency is gone. So now when you put them in front of somebody like me, and I'm like, time is now. We're going to 1 billion. You're going to miss out. People are signing up left and right. Get in now. They're going to be like, yeah, you're saying that, but I didn't feel that urgency, right? That person's never going to join. Okay, so what? So you screwed it up. Go find new people. No big deal. All right, so outreach, invites, follow-ups, check-ins, right? I check in with my people every day. Now, if you have a small team, most of you in here probably have a small team, a couple people signed up, a couple people doing stuff. This does not have to take very long, okay? 5 minutes on each, minimum, every day. It's 20 minutes a day. Ooh, really hard, really huge time commitment. I have showers that take longer than that. Okay? 5 minutes. 5 minutes to do some outreach. Spend 5 minutes on Facebook. I don't know. Do whatever you do. You're not on Facebook. You're OPR. Okay, get on Facebook because it's a really easy way to do outreach. Okay? Have someone teach you. There's a bunch of young people in the room. They'll teach you. Okay? 5 minutes on outreach. 5 minutes on an invite. Guess what? You're going to learn later that an invite takes about 90 seconds, if that. I do it through text messaging. It takes me about 30 seconds. Okay? I do all my inviting through text messaging. Okay? Or Facebook if I don't have their cell phone. 5 minutes on that, invite one person. Okay, follow-ups. It takes me 5 minutes to look at my list. I mean, if I'm only spending 20 minutes a day, I don't have very many people in the pipeline. It's not going to take very long to be like, no, that person's good, that person's good. Oh, I got to follow up with that person. Okay, quick text message. Hey, did you watch that video yet? Oh, that took a long time. Wow, it's breaking a sweat here. Okay, right? And then check-ins. Well, I have a small team. I only have, let's say you got 2 or 3 people on your team. How long does it take to say, hey, how's it going? How's your day? How's everything going in your business? Text that. Just, feel them out. Now, in addition to texting them and keeping a pulse on them every day, I do like to actually speak with them, each of my leaders, at least once a week. Right now, the bigger their teams get, then naturally the more you're going to talk to them. Like this girl, I talk to her every day. We're just in touch every day. She's a killer. Watch out for this one. Okay, but that's it. Outreach, invites, follow-ups, check-ins. Write it down. Make a commitment to yourself how much time you're going to spend on this every day. That's it. That's the engine of your business. You focus on that and nothing else, your business will grow. If you're in a dead spot, I don't care if you've been in a dead spot for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, doesn't matter. I promise you, if you do this consistently, within 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to start to have your business feel hot again. All right? I can't guarantee you people are going to sign up, but you're going to start having some serious conversations. Okay? Again, it's up to you to hone your skill set. Okay? Get good at building relationships. Get good at inviting people. Get good at follow-up. Get good at getting people to the events. Get good at getting people on the phone with your mentor. Get good at all that stuff. But even from right where you're at, you probably have enough skill set that if you just focus on those fundamentals every single day, your business is going to start to grow. You feel me? Okay, that's it.